about 10 years ago, currently I'm not married, I am divorced. But 10 years ago, I was a homeschooling military wife, and I had 5 kids at the time. And we had moved to a new duty station. I had signed up at a homeschool co-op and very quickly made one of the dearest friends I've ever had in my entire life. And she was my ride or die, call at 2 a.m. type friend. We did everything together. Sometimes the dads would join in, but usually the stuff we did was during the day, so it was usually us and the kids. And because we were military, we quickly moved, but she and I would keep in touch. And fast forward to about 4 years ago, she got a cancer diagnosis. And then shortly after that, I actually filed for divorce. It was a very abusive marriage. And so our grief journeys kind of overlapped a little bit. And early last summer, actually the day after my divorce was finalized, she lost her battle with cancer.
Oh, golly, dude.
So talk about a range of emotions there.
I'm telling you. Well, it just seems like there was one big emotion. My God.
Yeah.
Golly,
yeah, it was a hard 24 hours.
24 hours?
Well, just of shock, I guess.
Okay, there you go. I was going to say,
Yeah.
geez.
No, it was a lot more than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so fast forward to a few weeks ago. I got a Facebook friend request from her husband, who had recently gotten on Facebook, and so I accepted it. We started talking, and
oh yeah!
Oh no!
Yes.
You already know where I'm going.
Brady Bunch action, yes.
Okay, so it started out as he just wanted someone to kind of sit with him in his grief, and I was like, yes, I'm all in, 100%. So then it kind of shifted to, I started thinking, okay, is he interested in something more than just talking? Like what's going on? So instead of mulling over it in my head, I thought, you know what, I'm just going to ask him and dive right in. So
hey, hold on, Stephanie. Can I just applaud you for that?
Oh, thank you.
Good God Almighty! Listen, if everybody's listening to the show for 5 years, or for 4 years, would just take that away. Like, I'm an adult. I don't want to sit here and make up stories for the next 7 months. But I'm just going to ask you, do you like me? God, Stephanie, dude, the world would change with that. But so high five to you. So you just asked him, and of course he was like, "Oh yeah." Is that right?
Yeah, actually.
Sweet.
Yes. Oh gosh. Okay.
So did your heart start beating fast? Did you yell out, "Me too"? Oh, me too.
My heart did start beating fast, but I was also freaking out. Like, oh crap, me too.
Oh.
Like, oh no.
God, sweet.
So,
how many kids does he have?
He has 4, and I have 6.
Oh, you're like Brady Bunch. Hold my beer, dude. We got a dozen. Sheesh.
Yeah. Okay, so here's my question. Obviously, like, if we continue on, I don't want to officially do anything till we've passed the year mark of my divorce and his wife's passing, especially for the kids' sakes. Like, I don't want to mention anything to them.
Okay, can I just tell you one thing right now?
Yeah.
Take a huge deep breath. Exhale.
Okay.
Okay, listen to these 2 words and imprint them on your soul, okay?
Okay.
Slow down.
Okay.
And listen, you thought you were past this when you're not 17 anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It all comes back when you start dating again. Just slow down.
Okay.
This is an amazing, awesome, cool moment. And my guess is because you're a great mom and because you're just you went all the way to the end. And how are we going to explain our wedding? And what's our wedding going to look like? And how are we going to put 10 beds in this house? Right?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a rad, cool, scary, exciting turn of events. Let it be that.
How do we purposefully walk through that? Because I am about going through it slow, actually. And I told him that last week.
Awesome.
And yeah, I guess I just want to know the steps that we do need to take. And we're actually meeting. I haven't seen him in like 10 years. And we're going to meet halfway in a few days and just be around each other.
I bet you are. That was awesome. That was a great joke.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that was good. But just have intentional time together. And so I would love some advice from you on that.
Awesome. Okay. So I want you to spend some time by yourself defining what go slow means.
Okay.
Does go slow mean physical? We're going to get together, but I'm not going to kiss you yet. It's too soon. Or is it mean like, oh yeah, like you decide what does go slow mean when it comes to physical intimacy? What does go slow mean when it comes to being seen in public? What does go slow mean when it turns to like phone calls, writing, text messages, letter writing, telling the kids, considering like I want you to define go slow, because if you don't, you're going to have this idea of go slow and he's going to have a picture of go slow and your pictures are not going to match. And so what you're going to do is you're going to feel this weird angst and frustration and annoyance with each other. And really, you both want the same thing. You just didn't align your pictures up.
Okay.
Because he might say, yeah, I want to go slow. I want to make out, but I want to go slow when it comes to like, are we going to get married? And you might think, no, I want to go slow. Like, you can hold my hand. Like, right? So you end up wanting the same thing, sort of, but you end up just flying by each other in the night. And it's just about being clear on that. Okay? So that's number one. Okay. The second thing, and this is me being a bubble burster. Is that okay?
Yes.
Just because it's familiar doesn't mean it's right.
Okay.
And this might be the safest, most familiar step into a terrifying new world of dating with 6 kids. Okay? And that doesn't make it wrong. That doesn't make it bad. That doesn't mean y'all can't have a great few months of just hanging out and dating each other. Right? And you're his first, safest wandering out into the world as a single dad with 4 kids. Right?
Yeah.
So just remember, familiar is going to feel safe, but that doesn't mean it's right long term. Because in addition to familiar, you're going to want novelty, and you're going to want new, and you're going to want adventure. And if you try to bridge houses, y'all are going to get plenty of that stuff, right? But don't mistake comfort or as the old Caedmon's Call line says, don't mistake happiness for blessings. Just because it's happy and it all feels good doesn't mean like, dude, we're not going to get married. All right, here is let me try to say it. I'm trying to think of the right way to say this in a non-clinical nerd way. Oh man, how old are your kids?
They range from 7 to 18.
Oh, geez, Louise on a stick.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, for real.
Okay, so your kids are going to have all 6 different thoughts about this. That's not true. They're going to have 1,000 different thoughts about this. Okay? And anything for, especially a teenager, if you got kids from 12 to 18, 12 to 25, really.
Yeah.
It's age appropriate. It's developmentally appropriate that they can't hold ideological discomfort without giving it to somebody else to hold. They're kids. Okay? What does that mean? That means an 18-year-old is going to see you potentially 6 months from now holding hands with another person, maybe somebody that they've met peripherally, and they're going to feel all kind of weird about it, and they're going to have to blame you for that discomfort because they can't hold the tension of, oh, my dad is really gone. Or mom and dad, the fantasy, they're really, really not getting back together. Or in this other guy's like, oh, mom. So just be prepared for, if you have an angry 14-year-old, that doesn't mean that y'all are doing anything wrong. That means they're 14 and there's a ton of feelings and they can't hold them. That goes back to that word sturdy that I talk about all the time that I got from Becky Kennedy. Like, we're gonna make our decisions and we're gonna move forward. So what does that mean? There's not a stress-free way of introducing all of this to your kids if it ends up getting there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just going to be uncomfortable and weird and discombobulated, and you two are going to have to continue to work on your relationship and work on it and work on it and work on it and work on it. And you're going to have 10 different kids who are blending. It's just going to be chaos, and just expect it. So I guess that'd be the last thing is, if y'all pursue this, right now y'all feel like teenagers again, and that's a fun, exciting feeling, especially after all the hurt y'all both endured.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to tell you something crazy. Enjoy it. Enjoy the pitter-patter. Enjoy seeing his text pop up and you getting excited like you're 15 again. Enjoy all of that stuff. Mm. It's exciting. It feels alive again, right? And you felt dead in your own skin for a while. Fair?
Very fair.
Okay. Let that aliveness just course through you. Make good grown-up choices, right? Mm-hmm. But enjoy it. And understand y'all are signing up for the craziest roller coaster at the park.
Yeah.
All right. And so just know that going into it.
Mm-hmm.
And last little thing, keep some space for being sad in ways that you didn't imagine. Mm. And they're little things that will hit you. Like if you hold hands with him this weekend, you'll look down and really quick in a blink, it won't be your husband's hand, your ex-husband's. Mm-hmm. He'll look down and it will have your fingers will look different than his ex-wife's fingers. It's little bitty things that are both exciting and also catch you off guard. And it just has it's like a grief dart that you don't expect. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Cool. All right, so I threw a ton at you. I'm just rattling stuff off here. How's that hitting you? Exciting? Cool? Did I just douse cold water on you? Like, tell me what you're feeling.
No, not at all. Because the last week or so, I've actually been like, oh no, I don't know if this is right. But yet, is it my alarms and bells going off because I'm used to so much pain? And so I've been kind of going back and forth with that, and he's actually been very gracious, and he's backed off a little bit.
Okay.
But we still think it's fair to not move forward, but just
hang out,
continue talking.
Yeah.
And just see and just have fun and just see what it's like, because this is brand new and it is scary in a lot of ways, but I don't know what's going to happen. And so I'm trying to tell myself to just relax. I'm not committing to anything. Just by seeing him, it may work out and it may not. And that's okay. So everything you said is exactly what I needed to hear.
Awesome.
So thank you.
Well, if you just go have a great time with your best friend's husband, which sounded awesome. I hope they clipped just that and put that in the teaser. It's going to make this call do really well on YouTube. If y'all choose to just go have a blast, that's a weekend well spent. Mm-hmm. If y'all go laugh, tell old stories. He's like, I knew your husband sucked. And you were like, this is super weird that I'm holding hands with my best friend who passed away's husband. Like, just put all the weird on the table. There's no reason to hide it. Mm-hmm. And you are God, you're so far ahead of the curve, Stephanie. You're like a hero. There's going to be the weird part because you know him, and there's going to be the weird part that I don't know how to say this without just being crass, that he partied with your best friend, right?
Yes.
You'll know all that, right? And there's going to be those safety alarm bells in your body that says, hey, if I let another military man get close to me, he's going to hurt me like the other guy did.
Well, thankfully, he's not military.
Oh, he's not? Okay.
No, that is a plus right there.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're getting out. But expect those alarm bells to go off. Mm-hmm. And vice versa. He's going to have that GPS pin in his soul that says she may get sick and pass away. Mm. Right? Yeah. So one of my closest buddies and mentors, his wife lost her first husband with just an out of the blue health experience, and I just remember him when they were newlyweds. She was extra attentive, as she should be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so just expect that weirdness and that awkwardness. And I think what I love about you, Stephanie, is you're so far ahead of the curve. You just put it on the table. Hey, do you like me? Is that why you're Facebooking me? You old man with a bunch of kids. And so you just putting it on the table. I feel weird. Or my ex-husband used to do that right before he would scream and yell and punch a hole through the sheetrock. And I'm just putting it on the table. And so maybe that's part of the deal. Y'all agree early on. We're going to have as much fun as we can. We're going to align our pictures and words about what going slow looks like, what physical intimacy looks like, what being weird looks like, and we're going to put all the awkward on the table all the time. We're just going to make a commitment to that. And then, man, listen, if y'all get married in Franklin, Tennessee, I will go to that wedding. I'll go to that one. So thank you so much for the call, Stephanie. You call anytime and swing on down the road one day, and we got free coffee and cookies out here in the lobby. And I'd love to just come out there and give you a high five. Blessings to you on this new adventure. I wish you guys the absolute best and make good choices, Stephanie.